Good afternoon, everyone. It's a privilege to open this DialogueNEXT session. It's about from ideas to markets, cultivating the next opportunity. So in this session, we have speakers on the dais where they are going to share their experiences as well as their perspectives on entrepreneurship, which is a driving force for innovation in agriculture and food systems. So around the world, we are witnessing entrepreneurs, many of them very young and bold, and reimagining how food is produced, distributed, and consumed. So their ventures range from mechanization and digital solutions to sustainable inputs and linking to markets and also financial innovations. You will hear some of them from the panelists. Yet, at the center of all this is the farmer, and must remain the farmer because he is the primary custodian of our food security. So another point is entrepreneurs who succeed in business, they are not technology pioneers, nor they are the investors. The successful entrepreneurs are those who keep farmer at the center because he's the biggest entrepreneur. Whatever we are developing, he is taking the risk, he is implementing those. So how these organizations help them access the tools that they develop, help him to reduce the risks, and increase his profitability. These are some of the elements that you hear from the examples that we are going to look at today. This conversation also will explore some of the challenges that we are facing today, especially how we can bring youth to agriculture, and also more importantly, how do you make agriculture aspirational for the people who are coming in, and also how do we scale the solutions responsibly while also calling for investments into this sector, because anything that you start new, you also need investments. How can mechanization, digital tools, and biological innovations, some of the examples that we are going to talk today, these are all bold initiatives these entrepreneurs took, and they are going to share the stories with us, which are determined by their creativity, their courage, and as well as this persistence to make them workable for the farmers. With that, let us dive in and hear directly from those who are shaping the next chapter of our agriculture.
Please welcome CEO and co-founder of String Bio, Azil Subian.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here with all of you this afternoon. Thanks to the World Food Prize, CIMMYT, and ICR for providing String an opportunity to share tidbits from our journey today in front of all of you. I wanted to talk a little bit about what we've been doing in the context of agriculture and talk about it in the context of maybe three parameters, or trifecta as I call it. So our work has been in redefining manufacturing for biologicals. And in that, I want to highlight that our biologicals have been optimized in terms of the first parameter, which is productivity. They've been optimized in terms of economics, and third, in terms of climate impact. And over the next 6 minutes, I want to share with you a couple of case studies to highlight why I'm able to stand in front of you and say this today. Yeah. So before I dive in, why productivity? Well, I think given that we have, the World Food Prize, productivity is the right context, I think, for this setting. And second, of course, in terms of economics, having worked with the farmers in India, I can tell you that farmers are one of the shrewdest businessmen I've seen If the economics doesn't work, the product doesn't work with the farmer. And lastly, I think climate impact is just a need of our time. So that being said, let me introduce myself and the company that I represent. So we are a Bangalore-based company called String, and our work is actually bringing to market a very unique manufacturing platform. We call it the String Integrated Methane Platform. And essentially what we do is we take methane as a raw material for a fermentation process. And via a very unique technology, we convert this methane into peptides, into proteins, into microbial solutions that today we're commercializing for agriculture. This is a first-of-a-kind platform anywhere in the world. And just happy to share that early this year, we brought online a very large-scale commercial facility just north of Bangalore. And this is a first-of-a-kind gas fermentation facility anywhere in the world. From this, we are today commercializing different products. And as the topic here is, the way our products are designed, we've kept the farmer at the center, and for the farmer, we have a crop-specific approach. What I mean by that is each of our product is mapped to a certain crop, and these are crops where we've identified the maximum value proposition for our products. So today, as part of the case studies, I want to highlight a couple of different crops and couple of different solutions that we have in our portfolio. So one thing is, I do want you to perhaps imagine what this would look like and come on this journey together as I walk you through the case studies. So the first of the product I want to talk about is a product we have for paddy or rice cultivation. Now, rice is a very, very interesting crop. India has about almost 44 million hectares of rice. And apart from India, your key rice growing geographies are China, Vietnam, Indonesia, Bangladesh, all countries in the developing world. What's interesting about rice is also that it has a very, very high climatic footprint. You have very high GHG emission from rice. So the question that is there in front of farmers is, how do you increase productivity but do it in a way where the GHG footprint of rice is reduced? So for this today, we've commercialized a solution. We call it Clean Rice, as an RISE. And what we've been able to show is this Clean Rice product is a very easy to use product for the farmer. That is, it's a simple spray or a foliar dip that the farmer needs to do. And with that, across India and all the key rice growing regions, we've been able to validate very, very significant productivity improvements. Anywhere from 10% yield improvements in areas like Punjab and Haryana, all the way to 40% improvement in areas like Orissa. So very interesting product, and it really delivers on the first parameter, which is productivity improvement. The second is the economics, right? If you look at the economics for a product like Clean Rice, the value benefit is 1:5 to 1:10. That is, for every 1 rupee that the farmer spends, he's able to get anywhere from 5 to 10 rupees back. So the farmer is very happy with the economics of this product. And coming to the last parameter, which is climate impact, this simple spray, when applied to paddy field, is able to reduce the methane emission from paddy by about 50% and the nitrous oxide emission by 40%. So it also delivers on the third trifecta, which is climate impact. What we've done today is, from our large-scale commercial facility in Bangalore, we've commercialized this product, and we've also launched a first-of-a-kind carbon project in southern India in order to be able to bring the climate impact benefit also to the farmer. So that's the first of the case studies, and it looks like my time's up. All right, very quickly on the second case study is we have a very interesting value proposition for maize and wheat. It's another product which is a climate positive product made from greenhouse gases that today we've commercialized. This is able to deliver a yield benefit to the farmer. The economics of this product is very, very attractive. And with this product, which we call biostimuli, we've been able to go as high as a 40% reduction in fertilizer input and still be able to deliver value for the farmer, right? So again, it delivers on the third trifecta, which is climate impact. So essentially, our journey, String's journey, started about 11 years back. And at that time, it was a very crazy idea on paper. But today, happy to share that we've been able to build the technology, scale the manufacturing, and provide attractive value for the farmer, keeping the farmer at the center. And what I do want to highlight is, there's very, very interesting innovation that's happening in the biological space today. Using this innovation, we can increase productivity, reduce the inputs going into agriculture, and deliver sustainable benefits at scale. And this is something that we've been able to demonstrate through our platform, and just wanted to highlight with each of you in the audience today. Thanks again to the organizers for the opportunity, and thanks to all of you for listening.
Please welcome partner at Agvaya and advisor for the Federation of Seed Industry India, Ranchandra Kandinya.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to be here, and thanks to the organizers for inviting me here today. Today I'm going to talk about the impact of digital tools for improvement of farmers' incomes and transformation of their lives. There is a not-for-profit and a non-compete think and do tank called Agri Collaboratory, which has been doing this work. They are co-creating an ecosystem for development of digital public infrastructure and digital public goods for the benefit of the farmer. They work with CJIR, World Bank, academic institutions, and others. So they have worked on the ideas, from ideas to markets. When we say, they have worked on 3 particular use cases. It's a use case-based work they do. And farmer-centric, obviously, transforming the lives of the farmers. We have actually got a mascot called Lakshmi. So it is a 2-acre smallholder farmer. And there are 3 areas that have been worked upon. One is delivery of financial services and agronomic advice to the farmer through the use of digital as well as feet on the ground. Because in India, pure digital will not work. So it has to be a phygital model in which there is a digital infrastructure, there is a digital backup, but there is also people on the ground. So this is actually called AgFX, which is yield enhancing, climate smart agriculture promotion, equitable, profitable, and scalable. It improves farmers' profitability while protecting the natural resources. It is a combination of a digital tool along with on-ground support. It will help farmers' incomes to scale. Basically, the core components are that there is a localized scientific advice. There is a Kisan Mitra who is a physical person available there who helps them, then timely and affordable finance, and the digital orchestration. These are the 3 components. But the important thing is that the lenders can use a lot of data which comes onto this platform, is used by the lenders to give loans to the farmers. And then the on-ground activities are digitized. Every activity and every data point is captured on the digital platform so that there is a data being captured and it is used. Then there is independent validation of the metrics later. So this has been tried in sugarcane in Karnataka, and it has shown tremendous results. Farmers' incomes have gone up from 1 lakh per acre to 2 lakh per acre, and yields went up from 32 tons per acre to 65 tons per acre. It has built trust between farmers and the people who offer this kind of solutions. And it has environmental benefits like cutting down on water and fertilizer use by 30% via drip irrigation system, and it improves soil health. So this is one case study that I would like to report today. The second one is called AgOX. AgOX is an integrated output management system of select crops. One of the issues we have is that there is not enough data about the crop production from the field till the crop output travels till the retail point. So there is not enough data. So this actually envisages capturing each field with a digital identity. And then there is digital identity for each quantity of output. This is called the tokenization system, which was implemented in South America earlier. So this is called tokenization of commodities from the farm gate to storage until consumption. So every warehouse will have a digital identity, which today we don't have. So this envisages creating a digital identity for each warehouse and for each token from the field. Then the token of the product and the warehouse are combined to create a unique identity for that produce when it goes into storage, and then it facilitates warehouse receipt financing systems, and it is also standardization of multiple products that are there in the country, and then it creates market access. So that is another one, and it is still at a concept stage. It is not yet tried out as a pilot, but this is soon to be done. And finally, I would like to talk about AgDX. AgDX is an agri-digitalization framework for India and Global South. This actually is a public good developed by Agri Collaboratory with the advisory support of CGIAR, Institute for Competitiveness, and World Bank Group. So AgDX is a farmer-centric, first-of-its-kind, multi-year agri-digitalization framework designed for India and the Global South. Standardized scorecards and indices will be published annually so that each state will get points against the level of digitalization in the state, and the parameters are there, the methodology is clear to everyone, and then you are able to use we use publicly available information to assess and accelerate adoption, penetration, maturity, and impact of agri-digitalization process across Indian states and across crop value chains. It will enable data-led decision-making, build actionable pathways, and catalyze collaborative efforts across stakeholders, public and private sectors, governments, global foundations, and entrepreneurs. So this is actually something which has a twin objective. One is that because of data availability, reliable data availability, you will be able to control inflation, and you will also be able to give better prices to the farmers. So those are the benefits coming out of AgDX. So these are the three I just wanted to talk about, and we are sure that these three, when they mature into the next couple of years, will produce tremendous impact at the farmers' level in terms of their incomes and in terms of their productivity. Thank you very much.
Please welcome CEO of AgroVignate India and Principal Scientist at the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Praveen Malik.
A very good afternoon to all. And I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me to this particular important forum to discuss on a specific session where we are talking about ideas to market, how we utilize the entrepreneurship in this particular domain. If you see India, we are majorly an agrarian country with more than 120 million farmers, contributing to more than 16% in the national GDP. And recently, if you see, there is a remarkable transformation of the way we are basically following this agriculture from subsistence-based cultivation to a dynamic, innovation-driven, enterprising kind of a landscape. And in this shift, this is basically supported by technological advancements, sustainability imperatives, and youth-led innovations, unlocking new opportunities across the agri-value chain. And during this process of technological development, we have seen remarkable trends in the system where we have shifted from the conventional agriculture to the precision agriculture, smart farming, digital market linkages, as Dr. Kondania has just said, sustainable climate resilient practices. We have been talking about mechanization, automation, biotech kind of things, where we have been using genome editing and other technologies for crop improvement, traceability, data-driven decision making, where we have been trying to utilize the decision support systems in the system. And basically, we are projecting the system from a kind of conventional agriculture to a entrepreneurship kind of a model, a business model in this, which has to be scalable and tech-enabled kind of a business model. People have been talking about climate resilience, sustainable practices, inclusive value chains. We are just not talking about the production. We are talking from the input supply to the production to the output and utilization of output into the market. So it's complete value chain which we have been now talking about. We are now basically fixing our focus on to agri-fintech solutions. We are talking about urban farming. We are talking about robotics in agriculture. We have been talking about infrastructure, cold chain, biological inputs, apart from the production per se directly, and export-oriented high-value agricultural commodities with traceability and certifications. That's where we say the regulators comes into picture. And on this forefront, when we see these kind of transformation, we at AgriInnovate India Limited, it's a for-profit company with Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India under DARE. And this is meant to license the technologies, to transfer the technologies from the lab to the farmers for their utilization, and always considering the need and urgency of these kind of transformations as on date. In the present climate change kind of scenarios, we have been talking about how we can transfer the technologies amicably from the lab to the industry so that they can take the technologies in a meaningful way to the farmers for their utilization. And in this particular process, we have been fostering the public-private partnership as well in terms of either improving the technology readiness levels, in terms of understanding the intellectual properties they have generated, in terms of basically bringing the technologies from the lab into a matured industry adaptable technologies to the industry so that the product can go amicably to the farmers. The whole process of this transfer, basically, we work as a TTO to the whole, not only ICR, but the whole National Agricultural Research System, including the state universities and central universities as well. We are so strategically positioned that we basically contribute as a specific commercial arm to the ICR, basically. We are talking about the technology transfer and commercialization in terms of either assignment of the technology, licensing the technology, or transfer of the technology. And there, we basically get into the assessment, technology mapping, and profiling at the first stage so that we understand where what is available in what domain. And then we undertake a rigorous technology evaluation where we are talking about technical soundness, economic feasibility, scalability, replicability, and also at the same time talking about the rights, the IP rights of the innovators. And we basically also help the entrepreneurs also scout the right kind of technologies for their business so that they can match with our requirement in the field and work with the laboratories and the farmers at the same time. During this process, we also talk about facilitation of the private-public partnership through contractual research, co-development, or consultancy collaborations between ICR and industry stakeholders. We also try to help the innovators in enhancing their technology readiness level. Right now, we are not talking about the market readiness levels. We have been talking only on the TRLs, not MRLs, or the manufacturing readiness levels. But we are basically creating an environment where enabling the co-creation ecosystems for faster development in the market and integration of these systems with the market. So, AgriInnovate envisions a future where agriculture is aspirational, technology-driven, and entrepreneurial at its core. We talk about new generation of agri-entrepreneurs. We talk about farmers as innovators, not just producers. We try to build globally recognized agri-brands rooted in Indian soil and science, promote climate-resilient, tech-enabled rural economies, and create a robust ecosystem for investment, skill development, and IP-led growth. In this, we are rapidly evolving into a technology-intensive, innovation-led growth sector for the agriculture sector. And as the official commercial arm of ICR, we are playing an indispensable role in accelerating this transformation. Thank you very much.
Please welcome Chief of Staff of CIMMYT and Executive Secretary of CGIAR CIMMYT FAO VAX Partnership, Daniela Vega.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a real pleasure and privilege to be here with you today at DialogueNEXT India. Thank you for staying with us. CIMMYT has been around for more than 8 decades, creating impact on a massive scale. But what if I told you that there are more opportunities waiting to be uncovered? It is not a coincidence that we are featured here today with a group of startups and long-stream research partners in this session together. Throughout these 8 decades, companies and CIMMYT have reimagined itself again and again, moving its way through this changing world. Today, our industry faces one of the most transformative challenges and moments in decades. So we must harness all of this collective power and all of the collective power that is in the room to make the world a better place for all. That is why at CIMMYT, we have shifted also our mindset, and I'm sure that you have heard us before saying that we want to solve tomorrow's problems today. But what does that really mean in practice? It means that we want to find ways to better serve the farmers faster, better, more effectively, and it means also that transforming the way in which we are delivering our science. So we are trying to find new ways to turn science into solutions and into ideas into impact. CIMMYT stands as a global thought leader and change agent for climate resilient, sustainable, and inclusive agricultural development. We do this to ensure a food and nutrition secure future for all. Together with our network of partners, national and international research organizations, academics, entrepreneurs, the private sector, technicians, and above all, the farmers, we are creating a safe space to innovate, collaborate, and to dream big. Today, we have operations in more than 85 countries. We have a group of more than 1,500 experts, and we have strong and equitable partnerships through which we have delivered agricultural science at scale. Our germplasm bank, our genomic resources, and our unparalleled field data sets represent one of the world's most valuable agricultural knowledge bases. Our work is science-driven, but it is also deeply human. We partner with national research institutes, universities, the private sector, and of course, the farmers themselves. Our germplasm, our data, and our expertise flow across borders and generations. In fact, around half of the world's population and half of the world's wheat and maize varieties can trace their origins back to CIMMYT's breeding programs. We underpin the diets and livelihoods of more than 4 billion people's lives. But as proud as we are of this legacy, the challenges ahead demand more. Faced with climate change, conflicts, shifting diets, and rapid population growth, we ask ourselves, how can we think differently? How can we act faster, scale wider, and work smarter? We have also deepened our commitment to strong partnerships. That is why we are hosting the Secretariat for the Opportunity Crops and Soils Movement, BACS, where we are working together with more than 40 partners. We are also launching yesterday the Agricultural Research Resilience for Conflict Prevention Initiative, because we know that agriculture can be a powerful force for lasting peace and security. And that is also why we are offering unique tools that can facilitate improved investment targeting and priority setting through ACASA, the Atlas of Climate Adaptation in South Asian Agriculture. But what if we could unlock entirely new ways to scale impact, moving, strengthening, and building on research, encouraging innovation and adaptation? What if we could pioneer a next big evolution? a green one, by transforming knowledge into action, ideas into enterprises, and partnerships into global solutions. We want to create a thriving ecosystem where researchers, farmers, startups, investors, and policymakers come together to drive the future of sustainable agriculture. A research powerhouse that doesn't just inform policy, but builds the technologies, tools, and services that shape it. A new era where we don't just contribute to global food security, but actively shape the future of it. We are now bringing together different parts of CIMMYT in a more systematic way. We have our discovery work, where we focus on scientific research and innovation. We have our systems dev work, where we take a systems perspective. We tackle the agri-food challenges in specific locations through collective action with science and development partners. And through INC, our newest pillar, we translate CIMMYT science, data, and capabilities into scalable solutions with clear business models. Please take a look.
What if CIMMYT could do even more with what it already does best?
For nearly 60 years, CIMMYT has led the world in agricultural innovation. Our science has shaped food security, sustainability, and climate resilience across the globe.
But today, the world is changing faster than ever. The demand for our expertise is growing. At the same time, we face challenges unlike any before.
What if we tie together our best innovations, our most promising research, and our strongest collaborations into something even more powerful?
CIMMYT Inc. amplifies what CIMMYT already does best.
It's about taking our world-class knowledge and ensuring it reaches further faster so it can help more people in better ways.
For 2 years, CIMMYT teams and global experts have worked together to shape this future.
This is not something separate. This is CIMMYT evolving.
Imagine our research transforming agricultural systems worldwide in new ways, more inclusive ways.
CIMMYT-powered solutions reaching more partners, more farmers, more policymakers at scale.
A CIMMYT that doesn't just respond to change, but drives it, setting the gold standard.
CIMMYT Inc. is a way to do more with what we already do best.
It's a chance for all of us to contribute, to open new doors for our science, and to ensure CIMMYT sustains and its impact reaches even further.
The work ahead is ambitious, but together we can make it happen, step by step, with the same commitment and excellence that define CIMMYT.
As you saw in the clip, we have embarked in a mission of benchmarking, gathering disruptive minds from different disciplines, learning from the past failures and successes inside and outside of our comfort zone. This series of interventions have shaped what CIMMYT Inc. is today. CIMMYT Inc. is dedicated to promoting, accelerating, and scaling the breakthroughs happening inside our labs, in the field, and across our networks with a different mindset, turning cutting-edge science into real-world solutions at speed, with agility, and at scale. We have 4 initial business lines that we're moving forward with. We have research services, research support services as a first business line. We have knowledge and technology transfer as well as a second business line. And we have accelerator support, or a venture hub, where we are backstopping all of these different new startups that are in the business. The fourth and last new business line that we are working on is carbon. We want to make sure that we are also offering services that work for this. You can think of CIMMYT as a bridge, CIMMYT Inc. as a bridge between discovery and deployment, between research and revenue, between the farmer fields and the global innovation ecosystem. The world cannot wait. There is too much going on. That's why we need to be more agile, more entrepreneurial, more connected with markets and investors. So not all entrepreneurs are new startups. Now we are adding this entrepreneurial spark to carry our legacy forward. We are looking for partners to join us in this effort, and we are aiming on making sure that CIMMYT Inc. turns our germplasm, our data, our expertise into services that everyone can use, ventures that everyone can join, and opportunities that can be scalable. It's one thing for all. CIMMYT Inc. is for all. Let's make it happen together. Thank you, everyone.
Firstly, thank you to our speakers for staying on time, though exceeded a little bit. Thanks for your patience, the audience. So very quickly, let me summarize some of the things that we tried to bring forward for the theme today. Firstly, you have seen two sets here. You have seen a couple of products which are really impacting the farmers. The first one on sustainable inputs, wherein the center is clearly the farmer, and the focus is on sustainability, and also making sure that it is profitable for the farmers so that they can adopt at scale. I think this is really happening today, which is a great example. And likewise, financial inclusion in smallholder farms with large populations using data is always daunting. But having said that, some of the solutions that were shared in the second presentation are somehow realistic that is going to happen. As this becomes pervasive into the agriculture system, I'm sure that's going to not only benefit the resilience of our agriculture, but also our farmers we continue to attract people to come into farming. Maybe that's once all the systems are in place. And the second group, what we have seen is how the institutions are enabling to foster this entrepreneurship by providing access to the capital, access to the technologies, and building those partnerships so that what the other sector can do to take it to the farm at a scale. I think these partnerships, when they work well, the whole area, what we are talking about, how we can bring some solutions to the emerging challenges with the new innovations and taking it to the farm become more real for us. With that, thank you once again to all of you for your attention, and thanks to our speakers on behalf of DialogueNEXT for participating and sharing your ideas. Thank you.